Welcome to Oklahoma High School Girls Between the Lines. How you doing, Coach?
Doing good, doing good. How you doing?
I can't complain. It's Wednesday night. We get to talk another night of high school girls basketball. We'll have a special guest tonight, Dale City's head coach, Ms. White, 5A, looking to do big things in 5A. And we're going to go over, District 3 and 6A.
That's right, District 3, 6A.
Well, Coach, man, like I said, I know you got fall break coming in, so the girls get a couple nights off. You had practice this morning. You said you had, early practice this morning?
Yeah, we had an early practice. Brought them in at 8, went 8 to 10. I have to give my girls a shout-out. We went 3 days really hard. I made it hard, and they got after it. So enjoy the next couple of days off, and we'll get back in.
So, when you take days off, because, sometimes you got to tell the girls, hey, get out and run, get in the gym, get some shots up. Do you kind of open the gym up for them? They want to come up there. What are some of the things that, you have them do? Because, you're talking about taking 3 or 4 days off, man. You can lose a lot of, what you already got started.
Well, a lot of our mine see some trainers. They'll still work. If they want to come in the gym, all I got to do is just text me. Or, I'm sorry, group me, whatever. Can't text me anymore.
No, you can't text, Coach. Hey, take that part out.
But, they'll contact me somehow.
Yes, sir. Yes,
and
sir.
I'll open up the gym and I'll go in there and we'll work, or they can just get on the shooting machines and shoot. And I tell them to stay busy because
Yes, sir.
when you get to college, you're going to find out a college coach, usually they're always playing during Thanksgiving.
Yes, sir.
And they do not like that Christmas break because it's almost like a month before they come back. So, I tell them when you get to college, you're going to be working out on your own, or when you come back in January, you may not be playing anymore.
Yeah, well, and also you want to kind of, that condition you already built yourself up to. You don't want to lose about sitting on the couch and, just relaxing. You want to get those legs rest. You like I said, you want to go get the treatment that you need to get. But you also need to, like I said, you need that rest, but you also need to stay in the gym and get those shots up because a lot of times girls, you got to be dedicated and motivated to go do those things because, like, somebody's always trying to come, especially nowadays with the transfer portal, somebody's always moving in.
Always, So that's the thing is you got to be ready. If you're a baller, you don't want to sit anyway. You don't want to sit 4 or 5 days anyway. I mean, maybe a day, and then after that, you kind of, you got to get in the gym or you're home. You're just tired of sitting on the couch. You watch all the shows and videos like ours that you can watch.
Yes, sir.
And then you got to go play ball.
Watch him, subscribe. Like he always says, it's free. We're going to keep saying it's free. And we've done a good job. People starting to, we're keeping our views up. And like I said, each week somebody asked me the other day, are we going to get in the 5A or 4A? We're going to get in all the classes. We're finishing up with 6A now. Like I said, we got 8 teams we're going to talk about tonight. The better we get to know these teams, the better we can talk about them real quick. But Coach, each week I always got to ask you questions, man, because you educated me on this girls basketball game. So I want to start off. I got a few questions I want to ask you. Then we'll bring on our special guest, and then we'll finish it off with the breakdown to 6A3. So, Coach, I got to ask you, how do you build chemistry, with the team through the season? What are some of the things that you do to build a team with chemistry with the girls?
We started out, we do we'll go to team dinner or something before the football. We used to try to get dinner on Friday and do that. And everybody's going to do something, a movie night, or for my group, we took them bowling one night.
Yes,
I've
sir.
seen people just get creative in the way they do things. And then also maybe team leadership could be a book that you might do.
Mm-hmm.
You pick a book and just give a section of a chapter to read and let people share that way of a leadership type role. And for me, though, we're going to go do something team-wise. We'll get to dinner. We'll get, whatever we need to do that. But just find ways to keep them together and do things. I mean, it could be something as simple as, I don't know, some type of game and you lead each other.
Coach, it's funny you say that because, with my other show, Keep It 100, I had Wassell's head coach, Antonio Graham, and, he said something that's really, really stuck with me, and I really like it. It kind of reminded me of the movie Remember the Titans. He said, 1 through 99, I don't know how many players they got, but say they have 100 players. Each kid got to know the young man's name on the team, and if they don't, they do up and downs. And I think that's really good because I think it's very important that you know each of your teammates' name because, one, it's your brother. Somebody, and comes to girls basketball, is your sister, it's your teammate. So I think that's really cool that he does that, and the team building that what you do with the girls, because you got an incoming freshman, and you got these girls as juniors and seniors, and they're looking at her, but they got to become, she's their little sister, but she got to become, sisters to them, and then to be able to believe in her. So I really like that team dinner and bonding, though. Well, Coach, second question, game preparation. What is your approach preparing for a tough opponent? what do you do to get the girls ready? You got a big game coming up. Might be the difference of you being a 1 seed or 2 seed. What do you do for game preparations?
Well, I think game film for one is something that you got to break down. You and your assistants have to break it down. Look at personnel. Identify who shooters are. See if you can find a weakness or something. We always talk about watching film.
Yes, sir.
Find a weakness. Try to see if you can find something. Whether they might do a certain press on a free throw compared to a three. People junk defenses all the time, so try to catch something like that. It might catch you off guard. And you do a scouting report. You give a detailed scouting report as much as you can, but after that, I think you want to kind of keep it simple for my girls. For us, we want to worry about ourselves at some point.
Mm-hmm.
I might know what everybody could do, but if I can't get the ball across half court, I'm in trouble.
Yes, sir.
So,
yes, sir.
It's kind of one of those things where hopefully we're good enough on offense and defense. We do enough things where you have to focus on us as well. So maybe you take a little bit away from your team as we get ready to play. But if it's a good team, you're not gonna be able to run a playbook.
Yes,
I mean, they're gonna mix it up, and then they're gonna get after you. And they're not gonna let you run your stuff. So you're gonna have to adapt. And so at some point in time, after you've fed all the scouting reports, all the game film, stuff like that, then it's about yourself. Can you make the right decisions?
Do you preach communications? I see a lot of that. I saw something Lenny Hatcher put on his Facebook page the other day. He had said something about communication. He goes, man, this really gets me tickled because I think a lot of that. I think a lot of boys and girls, they're coming off that screen. They don't talk to each other. They don't say you switch. I don't see a lot of that, and I think communication goes a long way because if you don't switch, that person's going to beat you on that that screen and pop or screen and go, whatever it is that they're doing. But I think you have to communicate. So do you preach that a lot in practice?
We do. We got certain rules. If it's a shooter, you fight over a screen.
Yes,
if it's
sir.
a shooter, non-shooter, you might open up, go underneath, shoot the gap, inside arm up the lane, so you can see if she leaves it hanging out and rips the ball. On a roll, opposite girl on the block has to rotate over and cover the roller, and then you scramble out. So you got, we have a couple drills that we do that are mismatches or 5-on-4s.
Yes, sir.
And you don't have a man. You got responsibilities. And that's what you're going to have when you have pick and roll. So that communication, if you put it in your practice, you might get mixed up a little bit, but you're not giving up an open shot. A lot of people will trap all ball screens. So you got to figure out, how to do that. That's where a good pick and pop would come in.
Yes, sir.
But on defense, you do have to communicate what you're doing. I think that's in your pregame plan.
Yes.
That's your personnel. That's how important it is to know your personnel. Who's the shooter, identify the shooter, identify how you can cover ball screens, and how they're going to get that shooter open.
That's funny you talk about that because, a lot of times you see your girls coming down. If the girl's a good shooter, they're like, shooter. It's like the whole bench is screaming and the whole crowd screaming. So I kind of like that, though, man. It's good to see that when, you got a shooter because, like I said, the young lady over at Norman, man. I mean, I watched her last year come across the half-court line, and she was hitting them, what's her name, Park?
Keely Parks, yeah.
Kelly, yeah, right. I mean, just a great outs. I mean, when you can shoot like that, I don't know if there's anything you can do. But, Coach, my other question is motivation. What tasks do you use to keep players motivated during a losing streak? A lot of times you can lose a girl at that time. So what do you use to keep them going?
You just have to find little things. I think you got to find different ways to change it up. It could have been, I don't know, take small victories in that case. I mean, I'm not a moral victory type guy, but at some point you got to revamp, redo it.
Yes, sir.
Maybe it's just simplifying what you have. I've done that before. I mean, last year we tried to do a man-to-man, and it just didn't click. So, I played zone and first time in like 10 years, but that's what you have to do.
Yeah.
And you can't do the same thing. Otherwise, your girls will fall in if you just keep pushing something they can't do.
Yes, sir.
The other thing is, good thing about Oklahoma basketball is everybody's 0-0 come February. So you got to keep stride and say, hey, it doesn't matter. The 21-1 team is 0-0, just like you're the 1-21. Yeah. All you got to do is win 2 games, and you're in the area. So that's kind of what you kind of preach if you're in that situation is win a game, and for us, the idea is send somebody home.
That's it. Knock them out.
Knock them out.
Be the spoiler.
Yep.
Last one, Coach. Success. What do you look for in a young lady for successful player? Their attitude. What are you looking for?
I think attitude carries a lot of weight. I think it's a long ways. I think attitude is, I look for things like how are you a team leader? You know, I hate that when you come off the bench, coach giving you 5. I mean, you want to give me a 5. It ain't going to hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
But the other 15 girls that work with you, your sisters,
That's it.
Their job on the bench is to get up and pick you up if you come off. And if you just ignore all them and go all the way down to the end of the bench next to the cooler and put your 10 toes up, I just tell them keep on walking, just go ahead, keep on going.
That's it.
I mean,
I like what you're saying on that because I think a lot of times, these young ladies need to know body language go a long way. When you get recruited and you got somebody sitting in the stands watching you and you're pouting and you miss a shot and it's the end of the world. I don't know if that coach, I don't care how good you are. You can be the number one player in the state and the nation, but do you really want to bring that bad spoiled milk to my team? Because at the end of the day, it starts rubbing off on other girls. Well, if she can get away with it, I can get away with it. So now you got a bunch of spoiled apples in the pack. And so I preach that a lot, with my own kid and other kids. It's like, look at your face, because I'm telling you right now, if a college coach comes in the gym and she comes to see you or he comes to see you play and then he sees that you're like, rolling your eyes and dropping your shoulders and just, like Coach says, you got to give everybody a high five. That's your teammate. Even though those young ladies might not be in the game, you know what? They're still there supporting you. They get you ready for every Tuesday night, Friday night, Thursday night game that you have. So I really like that, Coach. Attitude, it goes a long way. Being a team leader, though.
When you talk about, success and attitude, I think consistency is another way. Mm-hmm. I think consistently, if you're the leader, you got to be the leader even when you're having a bad night.
That's it.
You're the leader no matter what. If you're having a bad game, then your teammates are there to pick you up. But if you shake them off all the time, they're not going to play with you, and they're not going to play for you.
They're going to give up on you.
They're going to give up, And I think the other thing is you talk about the body language. When you're a collegiate player, if that's your goal, you're going to handle – you got to be able to handle adversity. And if you can't handle adversity, and if every time it's a jersey tuck or every time you argue with the referees, you got your palms up, shoulders shrugging.
That's it. Preach it, Coach. Preach it.
You can't handle adversity.
I hate when a kid talks back, because like I said, it's really a reflection of your team and your coach. If you're acting that way, and even at your house, your mom and dad, because I preach it all the time. I make mine do push-ups. Attitude goes a long way. I hate the shrugging shoulders. You're gonna miss a shot.
Yeah, you're gonna
Coach. You coached for many, many years. Have you ever seen a young lady go 15 for 15 in one night?
No. Wish I had.
Even on a free throw, you're gonna miss a free throw. You're gonna miss a layup. You're gonna miss an open jump shot. It happens. Do us parents, do we get upset? Yes, but hey, you live for the next play.
I've had some great mentors in my life, and one of them was Coach McCullough at OBU, and he had a saying on the wall was, your team reflects the coach.
That's it.
So for me, I'm not saying I'm a hard coach, but I've got energy. I want aggression. Well, that's what I want my players to have. If I'm sitting back on my chair and I'm not doing anything, then I don't know if my players could, that's got to be self-driven from them because I don't instill it. Your team reflects how you coach.
Have you ever got a tech?
Yeah. Never got tossed, though.
Never been tossed?
No, never been tossed.
So when you got the tech, did mama say something to you when you got home?
No, because no one knew I got the tech. Seriously, it was like, T. Like,
what did I do? You did your shoulders like,
that's what I did. I did my shoulders.
So the girls learn from you.
Yeah, girls.
And believe me, man. It's so funny because I'm a parent and I sit in the stands and every play's a foul. Every play's a foul. Your baby get foul or something, or her teammate or something. Every play's a foul. So I love it when parents like, foul. Then when your kid foul, that wasn't a foul. You just did the same thing that kid just did. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
But no, I think attitude goes a long way, though. And I tell these young ladies, man, when you start getting into 7th, 8th, 9th grade, man, you're on the clock, So everything that you do is an interview. So for you to get picked for that position, I know sometimes young ladies look at like, hey, I'm just as good as that girl. Why does she have an offer and I don't? Well, look yourself in the mirror, are you doing all the things that you're supposed to do to get that offer? Are you in the gym? Is your attitude good? Are you a teammate? Because you can be as good as you want, and I tell kids all the time, I think one of my biggest things and you tell me, we talk about Twitter page number. I hate when kids put D1, just put you. Let the coach decide if you're D1. I don't know. I wouldn't want my kids to put that, D1, Johnson or whatever. I just think you just put your name and go on because, sometimes if you put that, the coach might look at you kind of being kind of arrogant.
I tell my kids for 5 years I sat in the chair recruiter as OBU for women.
Yes, sir.
I mean, me and Coach McCullough, and then I did a lot of the recruiting, and Coach McCullough did some too. And so, I tell them on that stuff is you have to be the right fit. In other words, if you're a point guard and I have a post, but you're a point guard and you can't pass the post, then you know what? You're good, but you just don't fit I do.
You got to be a team player. You got to be, because I mean, like we talked about a couple weeks ago on the other episode, is that you can go score 25 points all night long, but can you get that ball to that post player that might even get you 40 points? And that's what it all boils down to. You got to be all around player. You just can't be an offensive player, not a defensive player. And it can't be all about the show too. I don't like the show. Hey, hit a shot. I like that. Hey, boom, boom, and all that. But I mean, don't stare a girl down. Don't do your shoulders. I mean,
you don't want to show the ring. You don't do the ring. Like,
I don't know. If you ain't got a ring, you can't show the ring, Coach. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't got a ring, you can't show the ring. Coach, we got a special guest. I'm kind of excited about listening to this young lady. Played at Midwest City, coaching at Dell City. I think she played the college ball.
K-State.
Cat State.
K-State, yep.
Yeah. So heck of a young lady, man. I know she's excited about the season. She got some move-ins and she got some freshmen, and she's got it going on over at Dell City. So we're gonna take a quick break after one of our sponsors, and we're going to come right back with Dell City's head coach, Miss White. We're right back after one of our sponsors, Between the Lines, Oklahoma High School girls basketball. We'll be right back.
Above the Line Hoops, helping players achieve their goals through recruitment, exposure, and promotion.
Welcome back, Between the Lines, Oklahoma High School girls basketball. I'm on the phone with Coach White, the head coach of Dell City ladies basketball. What's up, Coach?
What's up? How's it going? Thank you for having me.
Oh, man, Coach, just excited. When me and Coach V sitting here, man, like, who can we bring on? I said, man, we've had a 3A coach on. We had a
6A player last year.
6A player. I said, man, I think this might be. I know some people gonna get mad at me. Jennifer Douglas probably gonna shrug her shoulders at me on this one, but I said this might be the hottest team in 5A right now. We got to bring on the Dell City Lady Eagles. So, Coach, how's it going? How's practice going?
It's going. As you can hear, I've been without a voice for about 2 weeks. So
she's been on them.
Yeah, we've been getting after it. So we've had a good 2 weeks so far. Getting everybody in, getting the returners. Trying to refresh memory and pick up where we left off.
So, Coach, I know you come in with a lot of hype this year. Last year you had some girls that didn't get to play at the beginning of the year, was suspended. Then when they came back, you saw the difference that you guys make, making a run in the state tournaments and, and all that. But, how do you feel? I know you're not putting up with some of the attitudes. Me and coaches got to kind of talking about that. You got to be next lady up. So, how are you feeling about this team that you got? I know you got some young ladies that moved in, and then you got some freshmen, if you don't mind speaking on them. But how are you feeling so far about, what you got going?
I feel really good, really confident about it. Like you said, it's if you're not ready to play, it's next girl up. Just be ready whenever your name or number is called, just because we do have a lot of extra depth this year that we did not have last year. And two of my freshmen, that came from the middle school, Paris Baker and Jakiah McAllister, those two right now I think could go play and start on a lot of teams in the state. And we didn't have that last year. We didn't have the extra depth, and also adding some key pieces. It helps. So we don't have to put up with attitudes. We don't have to put up with laziness, because there's always somebody that's waiting.
You've done a good job. I remember when you first got that program, you had about 5 that could play, and then after that it was really thin. So is this the deepest team you've had since you've been there?
Yes. Yep. Me and the coaches, we talk about it every day.
I
like
remember.
we were looking today. I had some girls that couldn't make practice today, 4 or 5 of them, and usually 4 or 5 girls can't make practice. You trying to figure out how you're gonna have a practice. I still had 14 in the gym.
You lace them up, Coach. That's what you do. You lace them up.
Yeah. Usually that's when we get out there. That's when we get out there. But thankfully, like I said, I had 14 in the gym today, and I had 5 girls missing. And so this is the first time we've been able to do that. A lot of times we do have to lace them up, and now we in practice looking like we just finished, like it was our practice, but not theirs. So yeah, this is the deepest team that I've had since I've been here at Dell City. Like I said, I've had some talent in previous years, but now like being able to go 1 through 10, 1 through 11, 1 through 12, that can step on the court and play at any given time. That's big for us.
So that's going to allow you to press like you like with some depth, not worried about fouls. I know that you can start out pressing, but if you ain't got no depth, then you're just kind of buying time until fouls happen.
Yes, sir.
Just kind of just trying to slow and steady.
Yep.
Well, Coach White, I need to start over real quick. I mean, I know who you are, Coach V know you are, but for the listeners that might not know, let everybody know, your background of, high school ball, college ball, and all that.
All right. So born and raised here in Oklahoma. I went to high school at Midwest City.
Where my
Played
bombers
off.
at? Yeah. Where my bombers at?
And I used to say that. I'm done saying that. I retired that in '09. I stopped saying that in '09 when I graduated. So
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm that's where I was a bomber once. Played there. We had some very good teams, and I played with some really good girls there. A lot of people always say that's one of the best teams they've seen. Just that talent that we had on that group. Funny thing, and I never won a state championship, so that's why I'm chasing it now.
Yes, sir.
Uh,
I thought you won one your
Played.
senior year.
Yeah, no, yeah, they did it the year after me.
Oh,
Okay.
man.
Yeah. So I'm chasing it right now. I'm just chasing that ghost. Went and played at Kansas State 4 years. Played there. Was a starter for 3 years. Made it to the NCAA tournament twice. WNIT Final Four. So had some really good moments there. And now I got into coaching. The moment I graduated, I came back and I coached at Midwest City for 2 years with my high school coach, who was Art Bodie at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And so I coached with him for 2 years. Then I went to Redlands Community College for 2 years, coached some really good girls there. And then got my first my first head coach opportunity was at Midwest City. I finished the year out as interim head coach. And then I went over after Redlands and took over at Northeast, which is now class in SAS.
Okay.
So I did a year there, and now I've been at Dale City since. I'm going into year 7. We've made it to the state tournament twice now, and hoping to get back this year.
So, Coach, having all this, playing in big time tournaments, in the NCAA tournament, playing at Midwest City when they was, a powerhouse. So what do you preach to these young ladies? Because you've been there, you know what it takes to get there. I know sometimes we just talk about attitudes and girls, because it's so funny because boys can have attitude, but girls' attitude go a long, long way. I have one in my house, man, and sometimes I walk around on eggshell, and this is my house. I pay the bills here. I'm walking around scared at her,
Right.
But what is it, what do you tell these young ladies? Because like I said, you do got some great players, man. I mean, and I'm telling you right now, and I'm excited about this team. I know Coach Richie's like, man, get off Dale City, Tony. But I got to give you your props because, like I said, what you've done with this program, like Coach V said, you've done a great job with this, and you've been building this and building this and building this. Now you get to see this Cadillac that you finally ordered, this Porsche, BMW, whatever you want to call it. You finally got in the garage, it's cleaned up. Now you're ready to go put it out on the floor. So what do you tell the girls day in and day out, especially if they want to go try to play at the highest level that you played at?
It's funny. I just had this conversation with him about 2 days ago. I'm like, we can have all the talent and skills in the world, and it does nothing for you. And I tell him that based off experience. Like I said, I didn't win, and we had a team full of 7, 8 D1 athletes, and we didn't win state. So it doesn't matter what talent you have. It's the little things that don't necessarily show up on the stat sheet. It's how are you with your teammates? Do you have a leader? And so we talk about having a leader all the time. Showing up, coming to work hard every single day, not taking days off because somebody is not taking a day off, and they don't have to be the most skilled in the world. But if there's a girl that's going to dive on the floor and take charges, a lot of times that's going to win you the game. And so we talk about those little things like, yeah, you might be good, and especially with AAU, you might be great in AAU, but you have to come adjust to school ball and play a different style sometimes. And so.
Yeah, you got to.
You just got to be able to adapt. We talk about adapting, controlling what you can control, and that's kind of how we move with our teams, and that's what we preach and practice.
I know you have a lot of kids that play AAU. You did a lot of AAU growing up with your dad. How hard is it to teach the kids or tell them that your role in AAU is different than your role in high school? It's a totally different role. And you got to constantly, I don't know if it's a fight or you just got to say, hey, you got to understand for us to win and be successful, we need 1 through 15 to be, as a player, as a team. Is that really hard for you to kind of, how do you get across?
It is. And like you said, with having as many new pieces as I have, and, my freshmen, everybody's used to doing what they did last year. and it's not going to look the same. Some roles are going to shrink, some roles are going to grow, but it's just we talk about trusting where we putting you, trust the position that we put you in.
That's it.
Trust that we putting you in the best position. Like we might not want you to be our leading scorer. You might have a different role this year. This year, your role might be to pick up full court and play full court defense for 32 minutes. And you just got to trust that that's what's best for the team. Yeah, it's hard. AAU. A lot of times AAU, everybody's up and down, everybody's playing. And you might not be 12 deep. You might play 7 or 8,
Right.
and it's run and gun. But what happens when you run up on a good team who's gonna sit in that zone, and so you got to figure things out. So yeah, I think that's a real tough message to get across, just because it's hard. Like you said, girls are a little bit different. Girls don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear me tell them I don't need you to score. I need you to rebound. But at the end of the day, it's what we need, and that they just gotta adapt.
Yeah,
Right.
because mom and daddy saying, shoot, get yours, baby.
Right.
You gotta
Yeah.
get yours.
Yeah, everybody in the stands.
But you play college and you understand that sometimes a good 7 points, 5 rebounds, 6 rebounds, that plays defense, rotates and helps, takes the charges,
That's a good
is
night.
better than somebody else that just scores 16.
Yes, sir.
And doesn't pass, don't have no assists, just got 16 points. But I always tell mine, you got to fill up the stat sheet. Besides fouls and turnovers, but everything else,
Right.
fill up.
Right. I tell my girls that all the time. I'm like, I went to a Division I school and played in the Big 12 conference, and I think I averaged less than 10 points in high school. And I'm like, it's not about scoring, but one thing I did want to do, I want to play defense.
You were a
I wanted to
defender
be.
now. I remember
Yeah.
that.
Like that was a goal my senior year, and I ended up getting it. I wanted to pass the ball. I like sharing the ball. That's something. Even in college, my coaches, they praised me a lot because I didn't care about scoring, and I have to tell them that message all the time. It's not about scoring, but it's what do you do for this team?
That's it.
Like
Yes.
everybody can't score all the time. Like what do you do for this team? And so yeah, it's a hard message to get, but the ones who get it, they seem to grow a lot quicker, and they seem to be better in the long run.
But they got a great example of what the story you just told right there. 7 points gets you in the Big 12, and it gets you a spot on
Yep.
a 3-year starter, and
Mhm.
so again, somebody's got to have that person to make the decisions. And you could have scored 20. I've seen you play when you were in high school. You could have scored 20, but to choose to play where you did and help lead your team and get everybody involved, that's somebody's got to have that.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah, hey, teams that have that person, those teams are a little bit better.
They're gold.
Teams that
Those
have
people
that
are
one
gold.
player, yep, they're hard to find, but when you come by them, it's a diamond in the rough.
Yes.
Well, Coach, you got Shelby that's had a heck of a summer and is already committed to North Texas, which is big time, and Shelby's been a project, but you've worked with her, and even this year in AAU basketball. So now she got a big target on her back, as especially when you become D1, everybody wants to guard you and try to shut you down. But what's her game been like? I don't know if she's back in her. She still might be in volleyball, but what's she been like? Out there on the floor. Being her senior year, this is her last run. What's it been like? With her. With the rest of the girls.
So today was our first day. We got our volleyball, all of our volleyball girls back today. And she came in. She was a little bit winded, which I expected. She hadn't been getting up and down, so I expected her to be winded. But she does, and she will have that target on her back. But same message with Shelby. Something this year is like, you committed to North Texas, and now you don't have to go prove why you committed necessarily. We need you to play good brand of basketball here.
That's it.
Yes.
Like we don't need you forcing things or whatever the case might be, and I think she understands that, and I think if she understands that if she's doing what we ask her to do, like she's gonna be okay regardless of the target on her back. She'll be okay. We need you to play hard. We need you to run the floor. We need you to rebound the ball and do all the things that you did for us last year, just at a higher level this year. And, that target doesn't mean anything at this point. Like, you going to North Texas, we know it. You're not chasing offers. You don't need to chase offers. You just need to play well every single game. But she's been good. All the girls, they love Shelby. That's our center, our glue. Everybody looks up to her, so we're happy to have her back because she is our leader. She's one of our leaders. She's gonna come in and work hard. Like I said, today she was huffing and puffing, but at the end of the day, she still came in and led when she needed to.
That's it.
Well, y'all done a good job with her. I remember seeing her freshman year, and you can see the upside, but you never know. And to see her blossom this summer playing and then picking up the D1 offer, or just pick up any offer. Free school is what we talk about.
That's it. Free school is free.
And
Right.
so you and your staff have done a good job because I remember seeing the upside of her, and she's actually reached that upside that I thought she had when she was a freshman. So you've done a great job with her.
Thank you. Look, it's been it's been a little tug of war, but and that's like Shelby just now really committed to playing basketball like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And so the potential's always been there. But I think whenever that mindset switched for her, that's when those offers started to come in. It's like, oh, you know what? I can be good at this game. Like I'm halfway there. I'm 6'2". I'm halfway there.
Yeah.
But it's just like, like you just commit to it just a little bit. You commit to it and just watch how your game grow and watch how many people, fall in love with the way you play.
Well, I saw your two incoming freshmen in the showcase, and they're going to fit right in with what you do. I mean, they are quick, scrappy, good ball handlers, attack the rim, make good decisions. So, those two freshmen that you mentioned,
Paris
and McAllister. Of course, I've known her older sister who played, and
Mm-hmm.
so,
Yep.
but I saw them play about a month ago, and you got two good freshmen right there that fit well into your system.
And I tell you what, Paris though, she's a young lady that's gonna work her butt off, man. She used to come practice up there with Zoe there with Crush Queens, and I think she ended up switching to I think with Lenny and them guys. It might not have been Lenny's team, but what do they call with your dad? Them Select.
Yeah.
And just watching Paris' game, man, she's grown and she has all the potential in the world to be, unbelievable. And block shots, can get to the bucket. Got some nice little fadeaway. And McAllister's she's just fast. If she gets that jump shot down, it's gonna be hard to stop her because one, she's already fast. She gets you on the hips and she stops and pull up on you. I'm telling you, it's gonna be dangerous. So I'm looking forward to see what Del Z can do this year. Coach, I gotta ask you, what tournaments are y'all gonna attend this season?
So we're going. Our first tournament, we're gonna be in the Norman Invitational.
Okay.
So we're out of Bishop Kelly going to Norman this year, and I know Norman is usually loaded with pretty good teams, and that's why I wanted to get in it. I'm like, if we want to be good, let's go see how good we are.
Exactly.
That's it.
So we're going to Norman first, and then we're going to Bartlesville early January, and then our last tournament will be Carl Albert.
Okay.
Well, I know you got your festival that you're having during Christmas, because I know we're coming to that.
Yeah. So our boys are hosting that, and we're actually not even playing in it. Because we already had 3 tournaments lined up, and so we're not playing in that festival this year. Now, moving forward, we probably will, but this year we already had our tournaments lined up, and we just kept our tournaments the way they were.
Okay, I think we picked up when they added the 2 games. I think we picked up 1 there. So I know we're playing a lot in Mac at your place.
Yep. Yeah, that should be. I'm excited to see that game. Yeah, but I'll be there. I will be in attendance.
They're going to be good games all the way. Make sure you push that, because that's the lineups y'all have, boys and girls, are good matchups.
Yeah, so it's going to be some good basketball being played. Oh, and so, yeah, like I said, I'll be there definitely watching on the girls' side and then supporting our boys. But it's going to be some good basketball being played.
That's big time. So, Coach, let's talk about on the staff this year. Do you have any new people? Do you have the same young men and women coming back helping you coach this year?
Yeah, everybody's the same. I did add 1 new coach. Her name is Coach Tracy. She'll be my freshman coach. She coached my middle school program a few years ago, and now she's back with us coaching at the high school. I still have Coach CJ Harrison, assistant.
Coach, let's stop it right there. We got to stop. We got to talk about CJ real quick.
Let's give a shout out to Coach CJ.
That's my CJ. No, I used to babysit CJ when he was at Little Lambs Daycare. So I used to put CJ
bless your heart.
Yeah, I used to put him in timeout. So if he don't do right, Coach, let me know and I'll put him back in timeout. But Coach, we got to talk about CJ. He loves that red and black, but he got his baby girl wearing black and gold. What's wrong with that boy?
A parent must do what a parent must do, and I need to stay out of grown folks' business.
I give him hell all the time, Coach. He like, hey, we gonna get out of here and see. I said, CJ, we leaving, and Joey says every time she sees him, Dad, CJ just lied to you. But hey, I understand. You got to do what you got to do. But I know he loves that black and gold, boy. I love CJ
Yeah,
though.
yeah. I know him. I know him and Miranda. They both were bombers.
Yes, that's it. That's it. That's
But
it.
yeah. So I mean, red and black looks good on everybody.
Yeah,
Though.
hey, I did a coach's show there. Coach Jones. We talk every day. I just had him on Keep It 100 the other night. So I mean, hey, you know me. I supported black and gold. It's so funny because Zoe had her Dell City shirt Coach Jones gave her the other day, and people look at me like, man, you're a buster. I said, man, at the end of the day, it don't matter, man. I love all the mid-Dell schools. I mean, I was a bomber. I don't mess with them as much as I probably should, but that's just the way my body. That's just the way it goes. But Coach, I know you got a good.
Right. Yeah.
I know you
Look,
got a good.
Yeah, like you said, at the end of the day, whatever's best for the student is what parents should push. So.
I got one more question, Coach, and you can answer with your heart though. If you had a dream job, high school, college, what would it be?
Oh, okay. Put me on the spot with that one.
That's it. I practice these, Coach. I sit around and practice these questions.
Let me see. If I had a dream job, it would be to coach, to be OU women's basketball head coach one day.
That's what I'm talking about.
I grew up wanting to go there. Yeah, so that was my dream school growing up. And then when I didn't play there, I felt the way. But I still have love for him deep down. So
we might have to start off, get you as assistant coach and kind of work our way up from there, man. So I might have to say this too.
Yeah, I'm an OU fan through and through. So I'm like, yeah. So if it was one job that I would want to accomplish, that would be it. Being at OU.
I love it. Yep. Coach, anything else?
No, Coach. I'm excited to see your team play as long as I ain't got a plane, which is good. You're loaded.
Hey.
You got height. You got quickness. I mean, you're loaded, and definitely a team that can get that ball in that trophy case for 5A this year.
And that's the plan. Like I said, with our new pieces, we added some key pieces that's gonna help us along the way. And everybody's fitting in, everybody's gelling together. So I'm excited to see what we look like. We have our first scrimmage October 29th. And so it's going to be a good test for us. We're going against PC North, and so I think it'll be good.
Where's that going to be? I have to come catch that.
Yeah, it's going to be at Dell City, October 29th. And so, running out the gate, starting off, Putnam City North is, top. They got some good move-ins as well. Yeah. And so, I want to see where my girls are. And it's crazy because even though I'm returning everybody, we're still young. Like now, we're still super young, so we have a lot of learning to do. But I think when we get it and we start clicking and playing the way that we want to play and playing as hard as we need to play, it's going to be really good at the end of the day. It's going to be a really good team.
Yeah. Well, Coach, congratulations, man. I'm always a fan of anytime I get to see you on a Saturday morning with that beautiful smile of yours, man. You brighten anybody can be having a sad day, but you make them smile, and your dad too. So good luck to you, man. I'm, like I say, even though my baby's a Titan, I still for the trip for those Eagles, though, because like I said, you've done a great job. And I just want to see you be successful, though, because you deserve it, though, because I know you give 110% with, when you with these girls, though. So good luck to you and the Lady Eagles, and go take care of business.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for
Coach.
coming on the show. Thank you. All right, bye-bye. Well, folks, that's Dell City's head coach, Ladies Eagles head coach, Coach White. You heard it first, man. She said she would love to be OU's head coach, not K-State, but OU.
I bet she had a little something when she brought that purple back in town and coming to Norman.
Oh, yeah.
That's one of the things where they don't recruit you. Everybody kid has that. They got that one school and they don't recruit you, and you're just hoping that you play them they're somewhere on the schedule.
Yes, sir.
So, but she's got it going on. Like I said, I remember when she first got that job, and kids were straggling in, and she kind of played with what she had. And like you said, she's kind of instilled. I don't know. The freshman coach used to be in the middle school. I don't know if that was on purpose. Go down and build them up, come through.
Oh, the coach.
The lady she had, brought in.
Yeah.
And so, but you do have somebody that's been related to
and know the girls, and she coached AAU team herself, so so it's gonna be really exciting to see what they do, man. I think they're gonna be a team, but I know we haven't got into 5A yet, but 5A's going to be interesting because you still got Booker T that's sitting there. You know, you still got Miller City. They got some girls. Coach Richie, you know, he said, don't count me out yet. I mean, my Lady Titans are coming when I get them out of, you know, volleyball and softball. You know, congratulations to all the teams that's going to go play in softball and volleyball state, man. That's a big accomplishment, you know, for any young lady to, I mean, like I said, the biggest thing is like she said, she's chasing that ghost, you know, and it's exciting when you can win that gold ball, Coach. You know what it's like. You know, you've had the opportunity to do it before, and it's pretty cool when you can order that ring and have that ring for the rest of your life and put it up in, you know, your cabinet or whatever you put it at. But man, it's really exciting. But let's talk about this District 3 breakdown. You know, you got Bigsby, Muskogee, Owasso, Ponca City, Stillwater, PC West. The team that won the state championship last year lost a lot, but you got Union, you got Westmore. So these are going to be the top 8 teams we talk about. So looking really, really forward to that. Let me switch over to my other page, Coach.
All right.
We try to have, we do try to have notes, man, to try to sound like we are kind of professional, though. But like I said, one thing we want you to do, we want you to subscribe, though. We want you to subscribe to the show and you know, give us likes and thumbs ups and all that. Let me see where.
Well, this won't be the only time that this is the only time we're just doing previews.
Yeah.
So we get tournaments. We're going to break down tournaments. We're going to break down maybe a player of the week or so. We're going to look for players. So there's more times that we're going to talk about these kids. And eventually the idea is that we promote them enough, we talk enough that they become household names where you can recognize the name. So well, at least somebody knows where she played at.
Yeah.
Maybe give you a little insight, bump a little schedule up, let you know where you're playing it, just like we talked about, you know, October 29th. Man, you ain't doing nothing. I'm telling you, Dell City and Public City North.
Hey, that's a good game that I can go out there and put the format of, you know, Between the Lines Oklahoma High School girls basketball. And we've talked about some of these girls and get some one-on-one interviews with these young ladies and get them to follow the show, because the more we can build this brand, the better it's going to be. And I think right now it's one of the top things out there. I know we got some other beat writers that talk about girls basketball, but they're not bringing it to you every Wednesday night and uploading it on Thursday or Friday morning. So we're doing that. But we're going to start off with Bigsby, a team that finished last year 21-8 state quarterfinals last season. Got 4 returning starters off last season's team. The preseason ranked number 4. Great size at the guard position. That's it's incredible.
They all look the same. 5'10", 5'10", 5'10", 5'10", and they shoot. I mean, if they all had blonde hairs and didn't have different numbers, I mean,
you couldn't tell them apart.
Their games are the same.
Yeah,
I mean,
so you start off with Courtney Wright.
Wright,
a 5'10" athletic shooting guard that has a smooth handles and does not don't need much space to get her shot off. Has a nice pull up and can shoot off the dribble. So you had I got to get this name right, Amira Music. Music. 5'10". I think her mom's
coach at ORU.
And sorry, I got a name right, but hey, look at mine. But 5'10" combo guard that can shoot the jumper. Also has a nice mid-range game. And I like what you just said there. Nice mid-range game, because if your three's not working, where do you go next, Coach?
Well, the thing is the scouting. We're talking about scouting report.
Yes, sir.
So if I'm playing Bixby and them kids have got their feet set, I'm gonna try to run them off the line. Now, you can't get all in 6A. You're not gonna be all the way to the rim. So you got to pull up. You got to have a mid-range game, whether it's a 1 dribble pull up, 2 dribble pull up, but you got to have a mid-range game when you ran off 3-point line. Otherwise, you're just a 3-point shooter. And when we talk about nice mid-range games, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Is you run them off the line, they take a dribble, boom, nice rhythm shot, nice lift on the shot, nice mechanics.
Yeah. All right, young ladies, Katie, Neil. I think that's it. Katie Neal. Hope I'm getting these names right. Combo guard that's strong, that can shoot the jumps off the bounce, moves great with the ball. That's what you wanted. Pretty much all 3 of these young ladies got the same kind of scouting report. They can all shoot, and they can shoot off the ball. Shoot having the ball in their hand, or catch and shoot. So that goes a long way. Then you got Posey, a combo guard, this young lady that's great ball handling. So now you got a young lady that can handle the ball, get these young ladies the other ball, and get them to go score. Then they got a freshman, Campbell, a very, very athletic kid that I'm saying just real smooth. It's the person that you got to keep your eye on 2028. She's going to be on the watch list for the 2028. So really, really good ball player.
She was on my watch list. Like I said, I saw Carrington play at a showcase, freshman showcase, and might be one of the quickest shots I've seen. It was like in her hands, it was up, and high IQ. So she's again another guard that comes into that situation. Obviously, that is something that they work on in middle school and up, because this young lady's coming in, and Very similar game to the other three ladies that we mentioned. So, and then like I said, you got Posey at point, that guard combo that can make good decisions. So, Bixby, you know, they're there.
But coach, you know, you kind of said they're not very big, but I mean, still 5'10" in the ladies' height is pretty, you know, pretty good size. You know, I wish my baby was 5'10". You know.
Well, you know, it's a matchup thing.
Yeah,
like I said, it's a matchup thing. It's a zone thing. When you have three tall guards that can shoot, attack the rim, get off the dribble, you know, I'm sure they're very versatile. Where defensively they could defend the post. That's the thing is, you 5'10" guard. I don't mind you out there playing guard 5'10". But I need you to guard the 6-footer inside.
Oh yeah,
and
that
those,
makes a big. They get you in foul trouble and all those things.
So those three ladies can probably do that. They could probably help defend inside a little bit. And then if someone's playing man, now they're a matchup problem. You put a big on them, they take you out.
Yes, sir.
Take you to the hole. You put somebody else on them, they're back. They're going to shoot a three.
Well, let's talk about our Walsall coach. You know, Walsall comes in with 22-8 last year, state semifinal team. Walsall has a good balance of very talented seniors and up and coming classmen to go a long way with some of their really good freshmen.
You know, their top player is Maddie Hill. I'm sorry, Maddie Hill, and very good elite volleyball player. Very good basketball player. Comes off a strong summer circuit. Won MVP of the Adidas 3SB, 15 and under. So I mean, she got that award. You know, we talking about the best in the nation right there. Yeah. We talking about coming out of Rock Hill, South Carolina, a Rock Hill tournament. So definitely their top player they got coming back. Sarah Yoakley, whose sister just graduated, was an all-stater. She comes in, nice combo guard, nice size, moves without the ball. She's 5'11". You know, and then I saw a couple of their freshmen. You know, I saw Anna Sudbeck, another 5'10" kid that's very versatile, man. We talk about versatile kids. When you're 5'9", 5'10", and you're versatile, man, that's like put them on the floor anywhere they need to be, you know. And then they have another quick guard, freshman coming in, Macy Pruitt, that I've seen. I saw her play this summer and really just liked the way she played. Nice decisions, quick. You know, she'll have to do a good job of setting up, you know, the Hill kid and setting her offense and doing like that. And she wants to be a point guard in that situation. So, you know, and then they got another kid as a freshman, Emma, I'm going to say it's DeCoster. And I'm gonna say DeCoster. I'm gonna go with that 5'11" forward. And again, you know, had a good summer. This group right here plays a lot of AAU, and so when they're a freshman coming in, they played with the AAU group that played up 16s. Yeah. So you know they're used to playing some sophomores and juniors.
Yeah, they've already got used to playing against the older girls.
Against the physical size. So you know they've got key players. They've got good freshmen. They've got a nice little mix up and down the board of some strong returners, some kids that are now going to be sophomore or juniors or sophomores learning, you know, waiting for their role.
Yes, sir. And
then you got some freshmen coming in that actually are going to contribute as well. So, Owasso is a good team in this district.
Yeah, then you got Union coming in at last year at 15-11. They got a new coach, returned some very athletic players to add two dynamic freshmen to the team this year. You know, like I said, with a new coach, they were going to be led by Vanessa Coleman, a 5'10" forward that missed last season with ACL. You know, here we go again, folks, talking about ACL with these young ladies. You know, you always wonder what's going on. You know, are they doing too much? Are they getting the proper rest? You know, to get the stuff healed. But you just never know. But she's a great outside shooter that can stretch the floor. She's received already several D2 offers and some NI offers. Then you come back with Jemiah Woodward, very athletic player that plays the game. You know, really good, just an athletic player. You know, just can help you on both sides, you know, offense and defense. Then you have, I hope I get this right, Yaoni Edwards, a very talented guard that can attack the rim with the drive and also can pull up and hit the three, you know, off the dribble. So, you know, I know they got a new coach, but then they got these two freshmen that's coming in. Also with this transfer, India Highshire transfer from McAllister, a 6-foot power forward that will you know, it's going to help the team, you know, provide some inside post present. And like I said, I love the post game. You know, even though my baby's a guard, I like the inside game. I love it when you get a girl get down there and you get the bowing and fighting, and you know, then you get the N1, the old 3-point play. That's 2. Plus the bucket. Count it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I like. You know, get them in foul trouble. Get them in foul trouble. You get them in foul trouble. Now they got to go deep in the bench, and some of them girls ain't ready. I'm getting fired up, coach.
You're insulting them. You like score and one plus one more, and you're on the.
That's it. That's it.
Not only now you got 3 fouls, you sit in the bench. I'm still shooting the game.
I'm still in the game.
Yeah.
I see all these girls want to come out and shoot the three. Go inside. Get inside. Post them up. Boom, boom, boom. Hit the free throw. Go sit down. You got 3 fouls. Now you got to sit out to the fourth quarter. That's where we go. Then they got the 2 freshmen coming in, the Davis girls. I seen these girls play. I see them on Twitter. I see them play. I seen them play personally, and these girls can go. Very athletic, long. And they can shoot. Just very athletic. So when you got the 2 times the trouble, boy, you in trouble. Because like I said, you trying to stop one, guess what? Here comes another one. Because I got a couple twins on our team, so I know what it's like. And they got twin powers, coach. They look at each other like this.
They do.
And they know where to go. And it's like, and they didn't say nothing. I'm like,
they're different. One is kind of one's a little taller than the other one, and the one that's taller is the guard, and the other one plays the and now that one. She gets inside. She likes to bang. She likes to make contact, finish in the hole. So they're not the same type of player. They're totally different type of players, but they still have that connection, like like a 2-man game.
Yep.
I mean, one's a guard, one's a forward, and a combo guard.
And they can probably play 1 through 5, right?
I believe so. I've seen them do it this summer. They played. I saw them down in Frisco play this summer in the tournament.
And they're ranked among the top 2028. So, but like I said, you got 2 times the trouble. So it's kind of exciting to see both of these ladies go ahead and do their thing. So I'm really excited to see these 2 girls play this year, and I think they're going to help Union with their record. From being 15-11, and they might help them get 20 wins this year. So really excited to see them play this year. Then we're going to talk about Westmore, Coach.
Westmore. Here's the deal. We had Kai Prestridge on the other day.
Yes, sir.
Who was number 1 in 2026 class, 6'1", combo, play anywhere on the floor, I guess. That's combo, 1 through 5. I mean, so she can play anywhere on the floor. And they've got a new coach, and they got a new coach. So, and that just happened as last week. Mm-hmm. So, so all that preseason you did, as a new coach, you kind of you do your job as assistant, but maybe you don't do things. So now, they're probably everything's changed and adapting, and what they're doing. So, but you got Kyra Prestridge as your top player, I would say, and then the young lady I've seen since she was a freshman, Dee Frost. Mm-hmm. About a 5'9" combo guard that can score, shoot outside, attack the rim, just all around type player. And she's got a couple offers from some NAIA schools in there, and so she's probably a kid that's going to play at the next level as well. And I've seen a kid, seen her on film, Nikki LaHands, nice guard, does a good job, good combo guard that has experience. And you're going to need somebody to distribute that ball.
Yes, get downhill.
And she's going to get downhill and make the right decisions. And so, I think the key to this team, I'd hate to say it, is an incoming freshman. Aaliyah Prestridge.
I'm really excited about to go watch her play, Coach. You see her big sister and all the work she puts in. If she's anything like big sister, I'm telling you right now, team's gonna have their hands full playing against these 2 young ladies, plus the other pieces they already have. So just being a freshman and getting to work and think about it, Coach. When she's working out, she's going to get one of the best players in the state.
Right.
So she don't get no time off.
And her game is different. She actually, like I said, she grew 3 to 4 inches when we were talking last week, and she grew 3 or 4 inches. So what you have is a kid now. Let's say,
plays guard position.
Let's say so. She plays point guard, and all of a sudden high school comes, she ends up 5'10", 5'11".
Woo!
Yeah, now you got a 5'10" kid that's been point guard their whole life.
And she got the ball skills.
The ball, That's it. And so, but she's going to be among the top. We talk about some really good freshmen. We talk about 20. We just mentioned 3 of the top 5 2028s, right now.
And there's a lot of other good 2028s.
That
28 class is loaded.
And then you got to transfer. You got the Tally kid from Edmond Santa Fe. And I didn't watch Edmond Santa Fe last year, so I had to do a little homework on her and watch her film. And they got the lockdown defender. And so when you talk about a backcourt of the Prestridge, and Tally, who has experience last year at Edmond Santa Fe, their backcourt's pretty solid. I think they need a post. I don't know who that may be. And it may be a post that just plays defense. I need to rebound and play defense. I've got the scoring. We listed some scores here. and I got the scoring, but I need somebody to hold down that post, because we talked last week about Moore having a size 6'2", 6 foot, and then we talk about Tulsa Union here. I mean Union, they're 5'11", 5'11", Bixby 5'10". So somebody's got to get inside.
Man, there's some big girls, man. I'm looking at 5'7", 5'8". You're looking at these girls 5'10", 5'11". 6 foot over 6 foot. Then we're gonna come in with PC West. Atina won the championship last year. Loses the coach, he goes over and coaches UConn, becomes the boys coach over at UConn. They got a new coach with Coach Simon. Takes over for the tradition. PC West has been a big time powerhouse. Lenny Burke was over there, with his boys, and Jefferson was there, but now they're both gone. So PC West is in the rebuilding process. Then they lose some of their players to other teams, and they come back with Kimma Bullard, and then Zoe Rogers and Amaya Taylor. Those going to be their top 3 players right now. Don't know what else they got, but after you come off a state championship and you lose some of the girls, I think Lenny Burke's daughter's not there no longer no more. So you're losing girls that played in the state championship and beat a really good team in Edmond North last year that's won it what 2 or 3 years in a row, and then they ended up knocking them off. And then they win it and think they got a chance to come back and repeat, and then that puzzle blows up. So good luck to them this season. It's going to be tough to kind of repeat because when you lose that many pieces, it's hard to put that boat back together and go off the sail to the sea again. So good luck to them and the new coach. So hopefully they can have a great season though.
The thing with that is you've lost a lot of kids that were in the waiting that were when you graduate seniors, you can replace. Well, those replacements are not there now.
Yeah.
And so these 3 young ladies have got to step up, and I think you can maybe strive to play on tradition. You're wearing that gold, that white, the blue, and you're wearing that gold. So maybe you get some games that you shouldn't get just because you're playing and you're looking, trophies are on the banners are hanging and trophies in the case. So you never know. I mean, it could be a total rebuild. It could be a couple kids that have been waiting their turn. It may be a different team that doesn't base on talent, that bases more on hard work and doing the little things.
With defense win championships.
Yeah, so, I mean, you don't know where they may be. I don't know if anyone does. I mean, you look at it and you're going to say, well, they lost everybody, but, you just don't know until we start playing.
Shout out to Ponca City coming in the last season at 8-18. Hope they can improve better this year. So good luck to them and their season this year.
Yeah, they have I want to say Sarkowski, or I cannot remember her name off the top of my head, but she's a nice little shooter. I've seen her play 5'10", so they do have a kid that can score, and they have a couple other kids. But again, when you're in this district and you don't get to choose anymore, when we talk about conferences, went to districts a couple years, you can't change your schedule. I mean, it is what it is. You're in the SEC, you're in the SEC. I mean, you can't. You're not like, I guess, Notre Dame that goes around and finds their own games. So this is what you got, and if you're in rebuild or you don't have the horses, then you don't have the horses.
Yeah. So we got next Stillwater.
You got Stillwater, new coach. Coach Morris comes over from the boys' side, comes to the girls. I known him when he was the coach at NOC Enid for years. I think he was head coach at NOC Enid for 10 years or more. So you have a guy who has college experience. Been a collegiate coach at the women's level. Reagan Bell is one of the leading scorers to come back, about 6 points, 8 rebounds. So a solid player that comes back that could be a leader on that team. And then Kalia Moore is a kid I've seen this summer that got a great upside. It's her time. It's her time to step up. I see her in the gym working. I spoke to her dad this summer, and they're very excited about her possibility of coming up this year. And so, she's a kid that's going to have to step up on that deal, and I think she's looking for it. And the other kid they have is a young lady named Gracie Murray, and really exciting freshman guard, about 5'9", incoming freshman. I saw her play this summer as well. Really liked her game, and she's going to have to be a kid that we need points here. We talk when the leading scorer back at 6. Moore played a little bit last year, probably averaged about 5 or 6. Murray averaged nothing because she was 8th grade last year. So I mean, I'm sure she averaged 20 in the 8th grade. But what I'm saying here is that somebody, you got to get 40, 50 points for what we just talked about, being in the top 4.
Yeah.
And so somebody's going to have to step up, and you're going to have to have at least
plays.
You got to at least have 2 kids that can get that double digits.
Yeah. Then you come in last with Muskogee, coming in, last season at 4-20, returned all 5 stars from last season. have some very athletic players. You know, I mean, they just gonna go out to go and get it. You know, my Burton is a 25 nice lefty combo guard that averaged 15 points a game last season, and has some offers. You know, then they come in with Leah Brewer, a 6-foot strong forward that can shoot inside as well as knock down some threes. Coach.
I watched film on her. Nice game, inside out, can shoot some threes. So it could be a matchup problem. I mean, I'm sure inside she's power forward on defense, but on the outside games I watched, she knocked down some threes.
Yes, and then you got Leah Thomas, a 5'10" forward that comes off a great summer. Like I said, we talk about a lot of these kids playing AU ball and they go play in the circuit, so they're playing against the best of the best when they're playing in these circuits and they're playing in these AU tournaments and traveling all over different states. So mom and dad spends a lot of money, but they also get to play against the best, and it gets them ready for high school ball. Like Coach White said earlier, high school basketball and AU basketball is totally different. And I'm not a coach, but the only reason I can say I know one reason it's different because high school you're running more plays and sets. Hey, you getting up and down the court, you say, hey, who can get on that fast break, get the steal, let's go. I mean, there's some, don't get me wrong, there is some plays called in AAU, but not as much as high school basketball. And then Ivy, what's her name? I won't say, I'm going to say the last name because I don't want to mess with nobody's name. Ivy, they are.
Naisha.
Naisha Ivy. Naisha Ivy. I guess she's a good player. And here's some incoming freshmen expected to make a significant contribution to the Noah Moore, Smith, Aspen, Thomas. I mean, all these young ladies are 2028 coming in and should be able to help. Muskogee, like I said, they won 4 games, so that's kind of tough when you win 4 games and you're trying to, build a tradition and build, some wins. I mean, no one wants to go in and like every night, you're getting beat and it don't become fun no more. So hopefully with these new girls and some of the girls they had, like I said, returning all 5 starters, it should give you a little bit more give you a little bit more experience because you got girls that played, 40, 50 games from last year, so they got a lot of experience, and then adding some of the new girls coming in, so it should be really, really great. But, Coach, what else you got to say?
This is I don't know if it's a wide open district. I know Bixby's ranked 4. Coach does a good job there. Owasso went to state last year. We talk about Union. Union's up in that mix.
Westmore.
And Westmore. I mean, so there's 4. I think there's 4 teams there.
And you can't count Stillwater out.
Can't count Stillwater out, but I think there's 4 teams. And when I say any of those 4 teams, we talk about it. These are 4 teams that you have to win your home games if you want to place yourself first or second. And then so I think you have to win your home games to win this district, and then you got to still win on the win. Somebody's going to have to win at Bixby. Somebody's going to have to win at Owasso. And those are 2 places that are hard to win. And I think even going up to Tulsa Union is going to be a tough one.
Well, Coach, like you said, I mean, at the end of the day, we talk about all these teams, but at the end of the day, PC West is still the champion until somebody takes the crown from them. So PC West said, hey, wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. Don't give my ring to nobody yet because we still gotta go play our 30, 40 games or how many games we play this year. So the more experience they get, the better they can get out there. And like I said, we don't know who's moved in this week because somebody's always moving.
Yeah, I mean, he's changing around from week to week. Yes, I think it's settled down. I think everybody's where they're at, and I think everybody's getting comfortable where they're at. But again, I think this week, and I think your scrimmages for coaches is now you figure out how your transfers fit in.
Yep.
I mean,
they're gonna fit.
Yeah, you did summer fouls didn't count. Blah blah blah. But now you have to figure out, does that fit into what you do? So you might be sitting in November going, I got these 3 movies and. Like Coach White said, they had to change. They had to change.
Everybody's role changed a little bit. You might not be getting the minutes when you got Shelby, but now you got Paris and go down and play some of the posts and take a little bit minutes from Shelby and help and then make her fresh when it comes to 4th. Like she said, she's out of win, so she got to get herself in shape. So Paris and McAllister. For Dell City, they've done some good things, but I tell you, man, this bracket right here, and I tell you, I think Westmore. You said it first, Coach. I think the young sister is going to make a big difference with Westmore. Like I said, and now you got to learn some all new things because you lost your coach. Now you got to kind of start over, so you're at the drawing board. So hopefully they can get all that worked out. But these girls are getting in the gym and doing the things they got to do. They're going to be fine. But Coach, what do you have to do to subscribe to this show? What do you have to do?
All right, what you got to do is you got to visit the site, Oklahoma High School Girls Between the Lines. Visit our YouTube site, or you can visit it right here. Follow one of us. And we'll put it on there for you. All you got to do is just click the YouTube link.
Click.
You go right down there where it says subscribe.
Subscribe.
Click subscribe.
Subscribe.
You want to put a thumbs up?
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. You want to leave a comment now? I did get a comment. I got a couple comments, so it was nice to get comments now. And they were good about, hey, what are you gonna bring up next?
Yes.
And so leave a comment. Let us know if there's something that you want to hit. That's what we're trying to do.
And it could be a bad comment. We got tough skin. We can take it.
I've been yelled at before.
He's got a tech, and nobody even knew it.
But that's what we need you to do. Subscribe, leave a comment, leave a like, and share with your team, because we're gonna cover teams. We're gonna cover individuals. We might be in a tournament, and we might see a kid we like, and we might be talking about her next week on the show.
Yes.
And so get a chance to click that button and get your team to subscribe if you can.
And my goal is to get out and hit some of these high school practices and talk to a couple of coaches. Right now I'm in a transition doing some different things, but that's my goal. I will try to get out and hit some, and then 5-10 minute conversations with young ladies and coaches goes a long way. That we still can upload those onto our show and still play them out during the week. So that's one of our goals. We will start doing that. I know I keep saying that, but sometimes, me and Coach V, we got a full-time job, so we got to take care of that first to help still pay the bills. But like I said, we want to thank everybody for, watching, subscribing, and, and like I said, giving us thumbs up and comments, because we really do love it. Love having Coach White on. I think she did a great job, amazing talking. Next week we'll have a player on, and we'll talk. I think we got, one more district coach?
Yeah, we got one more in 6A, District 4.
I got a chance to talk to Broken Arrow's coach last night.
Coach Coffey?
Really, really good guy. Coach Coffey, I apologize. I thought you was this week, you're next week. We say the best for last, so that's what we do here between the lines. But really very educated man that knows the games, coach on both sides, girls and boys. I've coached in college, so looking forward to having him on the show and talking about his players. And he's excited about his team this year. So, it's great high school girls basketball in the state of Oklahoma. I'm gonna say it again, and I'm gonna keep saying it until my head spins around. But I think we got some of the best basketball here. We got girls going and getting their education paid for. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in to another great show, Between the Lines, Oklahoma High School basketball with my man, Coach V.
Hey, now I'm gonna tell you real quick. It got cold. I got my hoodie on. Fall breaks over with. It's getting close.
Getting close.
Close.
Coach, I'm already excited about the 29th. I will be there. You couldn't ask for two better teams, a big-time 5A team and a big-time 6A team hooking up. And so I'm ready to get out to some of these scrimmages and get to see some of these girls. I think my daughter didn't hook up next week. I won't be there. I'll be in checking out OU and Ole Miss. I know I probably should be watching the super scrimmage with the CA girls, but hey, it's okay. She's like, Dad, you're not going to be at the scrimmage. I was like, girl, you don't care. I ain't there. No, I play bad when you ain't there. She says that, but you know what? She ain't going to get yelled at. She ain't got to worry about it. No matter how good she play or how bad she play, Mama's going to get her ice cream. Daddy's like, get in the car, let's go. I'm joking. But, folks, thank you, Coach V. Thank you for another great episode.
Thank you.
We'll do it again next week. Between the Lines, Oklahoma High School girls basketball. We'll see you next week.
See ya.